Hello, my name is Joe. Join me as we journey back in time. Long before the age of satellites and skyscrapers, humanity embarked on a series of monumental undertakings, crafting structures so magnificent they would be spoken of for millennia. This is the story of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. These are not merely buildings of stone and bronze, they are profound testaments to human ambition, artistry, and the relentless drive to push the boundaries of what is possible. They represent the very pinnacle of architectural and artistic achievement in their time, born from civilizations that shaped the course of our shared history. For centuries, these wonders have captured our collective imagination, their names whispered with a sense of awe and reverence. They were landmarks of the ancient Mediterranean and Middle Eastern worlds, compiled by Hellenic travelers who witnessed their grandeur firsthand. From the sun-scorched deserts of Egypt to the shores of the Aegean Sea, these creations stood as beacons of culture, power, and faith. Yet today, only one remains standing, a silent witness to the passage of empires and the relentless march of time. In this exploration, we will resurrect these lost marvels through the accounts of those who saw them. We will delve into the stories of their creation, the legends that surround them, and the ingenuity that brought them into being. We will attempt to understand not just how they were built, but why. What drove these ancient peoples to pour such immense resources and generations of effort into their construction? Let us begin our expedition into a world of unparalleled wonder, a world where myth and history intertwine. Our journey begins here, on the Giza Plateau in Egypt, under the unflinching gaze of the African sun. Before us stands the oldest and sole surviving wonder of the ancient world, the Great Pyramid. For nearly 4,000 years, it was the tallest man-made structure on Earth, a geometric mountain of limestone and granite. Its construction, a feat of logistics and engineering on an almost unimaginable scale, remains a subject of intense fascination and debate. It was built not as a palace for the living, but as a magnificent tomb, an eternal vessel for the pharaoh Khufu's journey into the afterlife. Each of its estimated 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons, was quarried and transported with astonishing precision. The sheer scale is difficult to comprehend. The pyramid's base covers an area vast enough to hold several cathedrals, and its sides are aligned almost perfectly with the 4 cardinal points of the compass. Within its silent labyrinthine passages and chambers, a complex narrative of belief and cosmic alignment unfolds. This was more than just a burial monument. It was a resurrection machine, designed to launch the soul of the pharaoh toward the circumpolar stars, which the ancient Egyptians believed were a gateway to eternity. Today, as it stands against the encroaching sands of time, the Great Pyramid remains a profound and enduring symbol of human perseverance and our timeless quest for immortality. We now travel east to the fertile crescent of Mesopotamia, to the legendary city of Babylon. Here, rising from the arid plains, was said to be a green paradise, an architectural marvel known as the Hanging Gardens. Ancient writers described a breathtaking multi-tiered ziggurat, lush with a profusion of exotic trees, shrubs, and vines. It was an oasis of life and color, seemingly suspended in mid-air, a botanical wonder in the heart of a bustling, sun-baked city. The gardens were an extraordinary display of horticultural and engineering prowess, a testament to a deep understanding of irrigation and plant life. Water, a precious commodity, was supposedly hoisted to the highest terraces through a complex system of pumps and channels, a miracle of ancient technology. Yet, despite these vivid descriptions that have captivated imaginations for centuries, the Hanging Gardens hold a unique and mysterious place among the wonders. It is the only one whose existence is still fiercely debated. No definitive archaeological evidence has ever been found in the ruins of Babylon to confirm its location or even its reality. Some scholars propose it was a purely poetic creation, a romanticized myth. Others suggest historical accounts may have confused Babylon with another great city, Nineveh. Whether it was a tangible paradise or a beautiful fable passed down through generations, the legend of the Hanging Gardens speaks to a deep-seated human yearning for beauty, and our desire to cultivate life and create Eden even in the most unforgiving of landscapes. Our path now leads us to the sacred heart of ancient Greece, to Olympia, the birthplace of the Olympic Games. Within a magnificent temple, dedicated to the king of the gods, sat a creation of breathtaking artistry and devotion, the statue of Zeus. This was not merely a sculpture, it was considered the earthly embodiment of the deity himself. Seated upon a grand throne of cedar wood, inlaid with ebony, ivory, gold, and precious stones, the colossal figure of Zeus towered over all who entered. It stood over 12 meters high, its sheer scale designed to inspire overwhelming awe and humility in the viewer. The sculptor, the master craftsman Phidias, had rendered the god's form with divine perfection. The statue itself was a marvel of chryselephantine work. Thin, masterfully carved plates of ivory formed the god's skin, while his robe and sandals were fashioned from hammered sheets of pure gold. In one hand, he held a figure of Nike, the goddess of victory. In the other, a scepter topped with an eagle. For over 800 years, pilgrims and athletes traveled from across the Hellenic world to gaze upon its serene and powerful face, believing they were looking upon the true likeness of the Father of gods and men. Its eventual loss, likely in a fire in Constantinople, was a profound tragedy, robbing the world of what many considered the most spectacular artistic achievement of the ancient era. We travel now to the coast of modern-day Turkey, to the prosperous ancient port city of Ephesus. Here stood a temple so vast and so ornately decorated that it was revered throughout the known world, the Temple of Artemis. This was no ordinary place of worship. It was a monumental sanctuary, rebuilt and embellished over centuries, each incarnation more magnificent than the last. Dedicated to the Greek goddess of the hunt, a deity the Ephesians had syncretized with their own mother goddess figure, the temple was a focal point of faith, commerce, and art. It was said to have been built almost entirely of marble, a shimmering white beacon visible from far out at sea. Its sheer size was staggering, more than double the dimensions of the Parthenon in Athens. Over 120 colossal marble columns, each standing nearly 20 meters tall, supported its massive roof. Many of these columns were intricately carved with life-sized figures at their bases, a gallery of mythological scenes for all to admire. The temple housed countless treasures and works of art, gifts from kings and devotees. It was a place of pilgrimage and asylum, a vibrant center of religious life for centuries until its final destruction by a Christian mob in 401 AD, an act that symbolized the dramatic shift in the religious landscape of the late Roman Empire. Staying in what is now Turkey, we journey south to the city of Halicarnassus. Here, a grieving queen, Artemisia II, commissioned a tomb for her late husband and brother, Mausoleum, that was so spectacular it would give its name to all grand tombs that followed, the Mausoleum. This was not simply a grave, it was an audacious statement of power and a masterpiece of architectural fusion. Its design was revolutionary, blending the monumental styles of three distinct cultures. It had the high stepped base of a Lycian tomb, surrounded by a colonnade of Greek pillars, and was topped with a pyramidal roof characteristic of Egyptian architecture. It was a harmonious blend of east and west. The structure stood approximately 45 meters tall, but its true glory lay in its extraordinary sculptural decoration. 4 of the most famous Greek sculptors of the age were enlisted, each tasked with adorning one side of the monument. They created a breathtaking frieze of statues and reliefs depicting epic battles between Greeks, Amazons, and centaurs. Crowning the entire structure was a magnificent marble chariot, drawn by 4 horses, carrying likenesses of Mausolus and Artemisia themselves, riding into the afterlife. For over 16 centuries it stood, a testament to love and ambition, before a series of earthquakes finally brought its innovative design crashing to the ground. We now sail across the Aegean to the island of Rhodes, a thriving hub of maritime trade. Guarding the entrance to its harbour stood a monument to freedom and unity, a bronze giant known as the Colossus of Rhodes. This was the shortest-lived of all the wonders, standing for a mere 54 years, yet its image has endured as a powerful symbol of defiance. Erected by the Rhodians to celebrate their victory over an invading army, the statue was a tribute to their patron god, Helios, the god of the sun. It stood over 30 meters high, roughly the same height as the Statue of Liberty, a towering figure cast from the melted-down bronze of their enemies' abandoned siege equipment. While popular culture often depicts the Colossus straddling the harbour entrance, a dramatic but structurally impossible feat, Historical accounts suggest it stood on a pedestal to one side, a powerful watchman greeting all who arrived by sea. Its bronze skin would have gleamed in the Mediterranean sun, a radiant figure symbolizing the city's strength and resilience. Its end was as dramatic as its creation. A powerful earthquake in 226 BC snapped the statue at its knees, and the mighty figure toppled onto the land. The Rhodians, fearing an oracle, left the vast ruins where they fell, and for almost 900 years, travelers came to marvel at the immense broken pieces of the fallen sun god. Our final destination is the coast of Egypt, at the mouth of the Nile, in the great Hellenistic city of Alexandria. Here, on the island of Pharos, stood the most practical of all the ancient wonders, a structure that saved countless lives, the Lighthouse of Alexandria. For centuries, it was one of the tallest man-made structures in the world, a technological marvel that served as the prototype for all lighthouses that followed. Its purpose was clear and vital: to guide ships safely into the bustling Great Harbour, protecting them from the treacherous coastline. It was a beacon of knowledge and safety, commissioned by Ptolemy I Soter, a successor to Alexander the Great. Its ingenious design consisted of 3 distinct tiers: a square base, an octagonal middle section, and a circular top. At its pinnacle, a massive curved mirror, likely made of polished bronze, reflected the light from a great fire, creating a beam that was said to be visible from up to 50 kilometers away. By day, it reflected the sun's rays; by night, the light of the fire. The lighthouse was a masterpiece of engineering and optics, a symbol of the scientific and cultural brilliance of Alexandria, home to the world's greatest library. It stood for over 1,500 years, a steadfast guide for mariners. Before it too was felled by a series of devastating earthquakes, its stones eventually repurposed to build a nearby fort. And so, our journey through the 7 wonders of the ancient world comes to a close. Of these 7 magnificent testaments to human capability, only the Great Pyramid has defied the ravages of time, war, and nature. The others now live on only in the fragile records of history and in the boundless realm of our imagination. They are ghosts of a former world, echoes of ambition carved in marble and cast in bronze. Yet their legacy is far from lost. The stories of these wonders continue to inspire us, reminding us of the incredible heights that can be reached when creativity, engineering, and a powerful sense of purpose converge. These structures were more than just architectural feats. They were the cultural heartbeats of their civilizations. They were expressions of faith, memorials to love, celebrations of victory, and beacons of knowledge. They demonstrate a universal human impulse, the desire to create something lasting, something that transcends our own brief existence and speaks to future generations. They challenge us to think on a grand scale, to dream beyond the practical, and to build not just for ourselves, but for the ages. The spirit of the artisans, architects, and laborers who built them lives on in every ambitious project we undertake today. The memory of these wonders serves as a powerful bridge to our ancient past, allowing us to connect with the people who lived and dreamed thousands of years ago. Their world may be gone, but their ingenuity continues to fascinate and humble us. I'm curious to know, which of these 7 incredible wonders captures your imagination the most? Is it the enduring mystery of the pyramid, the romantic legend of the gardens, or the sheer artistry of the statue of Zeus? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey.